Some people think you need to spend $300 to get a masterpiece fragrance, but they're wrong. I found 8 designers that smell so niche they should be illegal at these prices. So stick around because some of these are probably going to make you want to rethink your entire fragrance collection. Out of the gate, let's start with something clean. This is Chanel's Allure Homme Edition Blanche, and this one smells like a lemon meringue pie. This is a creamy citrus and vanilla fragrance that is just elegance and class in a bottle. Now, the Chanel Allure Homme line has a lot of iconic fragrances, but for me, this one is the best in the line. And this is definitely niche quality. This balances the coolness of the citrus with the heat of the vanilla and the sandalwood. And it does all that without smelling synthetic. And that's something that's kind of rare in the designer world, and it's exactly what makes this fragrance so special. This opens with a realistic zesty burst of Sicilian lemon and Calabrian bergamot. It smells like fresh sugared lemon peel. As the citrus settles, it reveals a smooth woody core of sandalwood and pink pepper. The star of the fragrance is the base of Madagascar vanilla, tonka bean, and white musk. And if this fragrance had a niche label on it, nobody would question the price. This fragrance is best for warm weather. It can be worn to the office or for less formal nights out. And this lasts about 6 hours on the skin with nice projection for the first hour or two. Now, this is not the type of fragrance that's going to be jumping off your skin. However, it is noticeable for those in close. This is classy with a nice compliment factor. And next, we're getting to a fragrance that nobody's talking about and a fragrance that I love. Depending on the day you ask me, it might even be my favorite designer fragrance. This is Tumi's 19 Degree. So this is made by a luggage company and it has no business being this good. This is a combination of raspberry and leather and musk and sandalwood. It's a unique combination and it's different than anything else that's out there. And I've heard people say that it smells like Creed Aventus mixed with Tom Ford's Tuscan leather. Now that might be a bridge too far, but damn does this smell good. The bottle's really nice too. It's heavy duty and high quality. It has this twist lock cap that you twist to take the cap off and it locks back on again. It's kind of nice. It also has stripes on the bottle that looks like, it looks like a Tumi luggage. Off the top, you get a fresh, spicy citrus kick of bergamot, saffron, and thyme. As it settles, there's a tantalizing blend of sweet black raspberry, the earthiness of suede, and birch water. The scent settles into a warm, sensual, and rich base of leather, sandalwood, and black musk. This is polished, it's mature, and it's beautifully blended. If you haven't tried this one yet, you should try to get yourself a sample. Oh, and this can be found at discounters right now for around the $60 range. So Tumi is a luggage company, which makes it even crazier that this smells this good. So I've tried several other of the Tumi fragrances and none of them blew me away the way 19 Degrees did. Also, this is an extrait de parfum concentration, so let's talk about performance. You'll get 6 to 8 hours on the skin with strong projection for the first hour or two. This is a phenomenal release and it's a must-own for me. Let's up the level of class and sophistication and talk about one of my favorites. This is a gorgeous iris-based fragrance. This is Prada L'Homme Intense. And here's your warning, this is discontinued, but it's still available at discounters. And I'm not trying to sell you anything in my videos, I'm just trying to share with you what's new and what I love. And this is what I love, hence the backup bottle. And this is such a great fragrance, I can't imagine why they would discontinue it. But for big companies like Prada, it's all about dollars and cents and making room on the shelves for new products. When you first spray this, there's a strong powdery and clean iris note. As it develops, you get a warm and earthy heart of amber and patchouli. As it dries, you get rich notes of tonka bean, soft leather, and sandalwood. The tonka bean provides an oriental, slightly sweet and creamy vanilla-like touch. Now what's popular right now is super sweet vanilla gourmand fragrances, and this is not that. But if you want something that's super elegant, super classy, and you like the iris note, whew, this one's got you covered. This one lasts all day and projects just enough to turn heads without setting off sirens. This is so elegant you'll feel like you're stepping out of a Rolls Royce in a tux, even if you're just climbing out of a Honda in a Gap sweater. And if you think we're starting off strong, just wait till we get to fragrance number 8. I guarantee you niche houses would not want their fragrance compared side by side with that one. But this is where we talk about niche quality for a huge discount. This is Mercedes-Benz Club Black EDT. This stuff smells killer, and if you know, you know. And this is a gorgeous smoky vanilla fragrance that can be picked up at discounters for in the $40 range. But this stuff smells terrific at any price. Many people compare this to Guerlain's Spiritus Double Vanille. And that's high praise because that's an ultra niche, very, very expensive fragrance. Well, this fragrance manages to capture that spirit and it never smells screechy or synthetic. This is a very nice designer fragrance that truly smells niche. This starts with a zesty burst of bergamot, which quickly gives way to incense and jasmine, for a slightly floral smokiness. This fragrance is defined by its massive vanilla and benzoin base. It is not a cupcake sweetness. Instead, it is a dry, airy, and resinous vanilla that feels sophisticated and expensive. It finishes with a rich blend of ambroxan and golden woods for a dark, seductive finish. For the price, this fragrance is borderline disrespectful. And the performance is excellent on this, 8+ hours on the skin with good projection. This is seriously that good, and it was created by master perfumer Olivier Cresp, who also created the next fragrance we're going to talk about. You know this one had to be on the list. It's one of my favorite designers and I talk about it all the time. This is Givenchy's Gentleman Reserve Privee. This is a grown-up iris and whiskey fragrance. It's best for cooler weathers and date nights out. And man, this stuff is smoother than a hotel lobby jazz playlist. This opens with a bright burst of bergamot, quickly joined by a smooth, rich whiskey absolute note. This creates a warm, smooth, and slightly boozy opening. As the initial brightness fades, you get a blend of floral iris and the nutty sweet warmth of chestnut. Finally, the scent settles into a deep cedarwood, earthy vetiver, and patchouli base. And the thing about this fragrance is that the whiskey, the chestnut, and the amber add a warmth to the fragrance, while that beautiful powdery iris note adds an elegance and coolness to the fragrance. This smells like sipping expensive bourbon in a fancy lounge, which sounds terrific until you get pulled over and have to explain yourself. Performance-wise, it sticks around all day, but it stays smooth and close. This is classy, not loud. At number 6, we have Azzaro's Forever Wanted Elixir. And I know what you're asking yourself. You're saying Azzaro smells niche? Well, trust me, this is a newer release and it's earned its place on this list. And this is a sophisticated raspberry and leather scent. Instead of trying to smell sweet and mass appealing like many designers do, this one instead goes the route of smelling like a really high-end niche leather fragrance. This is perfect for winter and it's perfectly suited for dressed up and formal nights out. This starts with a blast of jammy dark raspberry and zesty green mandarin. The mid is a warm spicy cardamom mixed with clean lavender. This finishes with a rugged leather, smoky vetiver, and warm benzoin for a warm, resinous vanilla sweetness. And the evolution of this fragrance is what makes it smell niche. With a typical designer, you get basically a nice, pleasant, linear scent. With this, it starts off with a fruity, sweet raspberry note that slowly dries down to a dark leather masterpiece. And the bottle design lets you know that subtlety wasn't the goal here. This is a monster performer and it lasts 10+ hours on the skin. Now granted, this is not my favorite fragrance on the list, but this is a solid entry for designers that are approaching niche quality. Next up, we have Bvlgari's Men in Black. This is dark, spicy, and masculine in a very old school luxury way. This is a mysterious fragrance with rum, spices, and leather. Basically, if a pirate had a date night fragrance, this would be it. But trust me, you don't need a parrot or a peg leg to rock this. And this leans into niche territory without being too challenging. Some people say it reminds them of a more sophisticated version of Viktor and Rolf's Spice Bomb. Bvlgari says this is influenced by Vulcan, the god of fire. Off the top, this immediately hits with a boozy and spicy punch. You will smell natural rum mixed with vibrant spices and a dark, dry tobacco note. As it settles, it features a smooth leather accord combined with iris and tuberose, which provides a creamy, slightly powdery softness. The final stage is warm and resinous with guaiac wood, tonka bean, and benzoin resin. So this is a great cool weather fragrance that lasts 8 hours and creates a small scent bubble around you. This is a nicely done gentleman's fragrance. It's sophisticated and dark, and it'll definitely have people complimenting you and asking you what you're wearing. And one thing I find funny is that they spell Bvlgari with a V and they spell man with an upside down V, because nothing screams luxury like making up your own alphabet. And I'm sorry if you can hear all the noise outside, it's very windy today. And let's end the list with one that's a little bit exotic and that maybe many of you have not heard about. This is Carolina Herrera's Gold Myrrh Absolute. And this one is from Carolina Herrera's exclusive line of fragrances, which has killers like Mystery Tobacco. And I love that line and I love this fragrance. So this is a rich, resinous gourmand with chocolate sweetness. This one is unique, it's underappreciated, and it's absolutely gorgeous. The scent opens with an invigorating and spicy black pepper and a sweet, smoky, slightly herbal floral note of immortelle. The heart of the fragrance introduces gourmand notes of cacao pod and licorice, adding a rich, dark, and sweet charm that is both comforting and bold. It settles into a warm, resinous, and creamy base of myrrh and vanilla. The dry down is often described as having a candied woodiness. This fragrance comes off as sort of exotic, but in a totally classy way.
In a world where one scent will rule them all.
Okay, it's not the chosen one. But it smells great and you can find it at discounters. And the performance on this is really nice. It creates a really nice fragrance aura around you depending on how much you spray, and you're going to be the best smelling person in the room. And this one's definitely worth checking out or at least being aware of. This one can be a little bit expensive, so I would recommend you shop around a little bit to try to find the best price at discounters. But for me, this one is truly niche quality, and it's definitely a standout in my collection. So those are 8 designer scents that smell niche quality. If you like elevated, refined scents, but you still want wearability, this list really delivers. Now I want to know, which one are you most interested in trying? Is there something I missed that should be on the list? Make sure to comment down below and let me know. So thanks for sticking around till the end, and we'll see you next time.